Hey everyone, and welcome back to a special midweek Premier League New Age DFS preview. I hope I'm actually enjoying the midweek Premier League over Champions League. Did pretty well in Liverpool, getting the takedown in the main GPP. So excited to get on to the classic that we got for tomorrow's slate when we're recording this.
Yep, we got a City Roulette 4-gamer with 3 other games being 50-50 toss-ups. This is exactly our favorite kind of slate. First is Chelsea versus the pathetic team that they call Arsenal. Chelsea minus 120 favorites. Man, their set pieces right now are just a complete and utter disaster. We saw James playing center back, splitting with Alonso last game. Well, waiting for tomorrow to be a Mount Monopoly. So
you can't predict them ahead of time. They're like Arsenal, basically.
you can't play them for sets right now unless you just see one of these guys in or something. You can't. Then for Arsenal, I mean, they're just as pathetic. In this team, it should be Cedric on
something, or maybe they'll put Smith Rowe back on,
or Martinelli. Like it's really bad. Like you can't even say Saka's guaranteed anything either. Like Odegaard's taking mostly on the Saka side. Saka will hop on a few. Like I don't see Saka at left wing back. If he's playing here, he's not going to hop over to the far side to take a corner. Yeah. So I don't know. We have seen it with Cedric though. He's running over to the far side to take a corner, but you can't play these guys for sets. I don't know if you want any Arsenal anyways.
I think that game in general might just be a cross-off.
There's too much uncertainty.
Yes, exactly.
Everton plus 130 versus Leicester plus 210. Leicester coming off that heartbreak loss. This is pretty easy. Gordon will have all sets if this is the team for Everton. If you see Gray, then it becomes good luck.
I think it'll probably be Gray, but I hope he's just not in.
And then Leicester just... Oof. I think it should just be Albrighton. We've seen Albrighton take more than Madison when they've been on together. Problem with Albrighton is he gets subbed early. So then Madison
could also not as good.
Right. He's also not as good, and he also plays 60 minutes, and then Madison can get bailed out and get his
Madison
sets.
Could also just hop on some even if Albrighton is on the field.
So common theme, uncertainty, and you're going to probably see a lot of subs early because it is midweek. These teams just played.
Yeah.
Newcastle plus 135 versus Crystal Palace, coming off of that dramatic win with a Bruno goat coming in clutch for the boys. But this would be Target and Shelby splitting in this team. Maybe Murphy, though. So if Murphy's playing we have seen him hop on a corner or two, but I don't know. He's just going to get subbed early no matter what. Yeah. Crystal Palace, Gallagher should take everything.
Yep.
Man City, our favorite, minus 556 favorites. Should just be De Bruyne, Mahrez splitting with maybe a little sliver of Foden. I really hope Foden doesn't play because he's just been the worst. But yeah, and these two guys right here, also the worst, Bernardo and Grealish. We see this lineup get baited by Ake. It's going to be fun. And then Gross will take everything for Brighton. Prices come into play early with Mahrez. He's on penalties, on the biggest favorite. City play better when they have Mahrez. He just barely plays. But I don't know what to do with him. What do you think?
I'm just picking as much City as I can. I probably will just start with Mahrez and De Bruyne. If they're both in.
Yeah. Mahrez, I always like playing Mahrez. He rarely hurts you. He can, but rarely it happens. Zaha, GPP, he's in play. Sterling, if he plays, I'd like him actually, but I doubt he plays. Saka, I'm not playing for sure.
Especially left wing back.
Yeah, I'm not paying $8K for a left wing back on a dog. Havertz, same thing. I'm not playing him.
I don't mind him in GPP.
Yeah. Richarlison is in play for GPP for sure.
I really like him, actually. He did me nice with the Burnley game when he just nuked, and he still had 10 floor against Man United, which is just still impressive.
Yeah, he's always in play. I'm never gonna fault anyone for Jesus. Probably won't play. Foden's cheap. People probably just play him just to get a City piece, right? But
Yeah, and
he's
he's
just been
never
the
that
worst.
cheap.
And he's also, well, he's been bad is the problem. FA Cup, he
Yeah,
dropped like 6 with Monopoly. He 4 against Liverpool, 9 versus Burnley, 4 versus Crystal Palace. I mean, these Burnley and Crystal Palace are not teams you want a 4 and a 9 from.
yeah.
11, that even 11 is not good enough. Like you're wanting 20 from him. So
Basically, it's
he's
like a
tough.
goal contribution because that's what he is now at this point.
Yeah. Uh, St. Maximin's always in play. Werner, same thing. I use too much, but sure. Bernardo, our favorite,
He'll be popular.
probably will be popular. He's still Bernardo.
I'd rather get up to Foden if I could, as bad as
Yeah.
Foden has been, and the price difference is small now than it just used to be.
Yeah, Bernardo's just been. He was chalk versus Liverpool for some reason. Got 12. Like if he's chalk versus Liverpool, he's gonna be chalk versus Brighton. Keep on going. Martinelli's supposed to play striker, but I don't know. Gross. If you're feeling psycho and you need a cheap Monopoly, sure. Down here, none of these guys are even gonna
I see
play.
one guy who I like, 4,500. There he is, Chris
Uh,
Wood.
he was a. You're hoping for a penalty, pretty
He's
much.
set piece goal, maybe. He's tall.
Penalty. That's what you're hoping for, a penalty.
I will always go back to the well for 4,500 Chris Wood any day of the week.
GPP. Cash. There's better options. Mid. If De Bruyne is playing, keyword if. I'm not fully convinced because they would have played him in a game when they were down 3-2 versus Liverpool in the last
Yeah, you'd
10
think he'd have
minutes.
come off the bench.
Yeah, like so he got stitches or something. We'll see if he plays. If he plays, he's the first guy in your team. If not,
Yeah.
then you change things. But for now, De Bruyne, locking him, playing him. Madison's a pretty bad play tomorrow. I wouldn't advise
Yeah.
paying 93 for a setless Madison unless you
If
don't
if
see
if
Albrighton.
Albrighton is, yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, so same with Mount. Bad
Just
play tomorrow.
unless he has Monopoly, just typical Chelsea fashion.
Unless it's Shaul and Loftus Cheek as wingbacks. Like he not passing on Mount. Keep on
He
going
just
down
kind of
here.
disappeared.
Yeah, we'll see if he plays, right? He's
I think
good.
he'd
Just
take
doesn't
it.
play.
It'd be very Chelsea of them just to randomly put him in and have him take again after not playing for forever.
Yeah. Elise's not projected, but we'll see about him. Gordon's interesting. Monopoly, 7,300. If you can fit him.
There's no gray.
If you can fit him.
You're gonna need other teams besides just City. He's my favorite one of those. Him and Richarlison.
Yeah. Gundogan, if we don't see De Bruyne and we see him, probably is like a smash play. We'll see though.
Split.
Bruno, the GOAT.
He's been hot.
Really hot. I don't think you can rely on him getting 2 goals in the way he did get those 2 goals. Like one, he kicked the ball through the legs from 30 centimeters away from the goal, and the other one was a tap-in header from 2 yards out. So I don't know, but GPP, sure, probably might get some ownership just because of his recent form.
Yeah.
Odegaard, no. Albrighton's interesting. I'm not going to cross him off or anything.
He's okay.
He'll get you a 14, maybe. He's going to get subbed early for sure.
He's not got the biggest upside.
If he's the type of guy to have 10 crosses, 0 of them accurate, no key passes, 2 fouls drawn, and a tackle.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all you're getting from him. Now, if he gets a goal contribution on top of that, then you're dancing. But
yeah,
I prefer Gordon.
Any of those.
Yeah, Tielemans never. Gallagher's interesting. Monopoly. They just never seem to get corner kicks when he plays.
He's been also so cold since like the start of this season. Like his 8 goals are all in like the first month. Yeah, look
Yeah,
at
and
that.
they just seem to never get corners.
Yeah,
So, you know, if you knew he was going to get 10 corners, then he's probably a lot. Like, say this was 2 months ago, he'd be a lock with
yeah.
Monopoly at that price versus Newcastle. But
Monopoly scoring goals. Now you kind of just cool down and everything.
now that's not to say I'd full fade him in GPP. I'm
No, I
sure
don't mind him.
I'll have some. Grealish, they're
I'll be
trying to
playing that,
they're trying to hook you in, right?
and
And
I'll
are
fall
you
for that.
you're taking the bait, right?
You keep seeing price down lower and lower to the point where now I'll go for a 5,700 Man City attacker on the minus 500 favorite. Scored last game, finally picking up some form. Yeah, I don't mind that.
He's getting a lot of criticism. Everyone's on him. I think what would be the best case is just he doesn't start, and then you don't have to worry about this, and you see Foden on the wing or Sterling or something. That would be the best case. So, because this guy's just an enigma right now. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't have a 10 foul drawn floor with him. He's just not doing anything. He's just Bernardo-esque and needs a goal contribution. If not, he just dribble, pass back like Bernardo does. It's tough to roster guys like that on a 4-game slate, regardless of them being minus 560. Keep going down here. Jacob Murphy, 5K. Obviously, lineup
Wish he was still a
dependent.
defender.
Wish he was
He's
defender eligible for sure, right? He's bad. Like, he's not a good IRL player. So, yeah. Keep on going down here. If you see Loftus-Cheek at wingback,
Eze, look at Eze is pretty cheap,
but he's not
4,600.
going to play. It's going to be
If he
Zaha.
does though,
He's not going to play. No way. I don't think so, at least. If he plays, sure, and he fills a forward spot, he'd probably be a lock, but there's just no way he plays. He just came off of the FA Cup game. They lost. He doesn't play anyways. Like, I don't know. He's just like, even when he was good, I never played him. Never mind now. Let's keep on going. Rodri's into Shelby. I don't mind Shelby.
Yeah, I don't mind him either. He never
He's a
just
cash play.
Yeah,
he's a cash play. You don't want to play him in GPP unless he scores a free kick.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 on a 2-game slate like we saw on Sunday was fine, but 8 on a 4-game slate probably not fine, right?
For 4K though, I don't think it's the craziest play. I'll take it for 4K.
I'd take it. McAllister's, they're really trying to bait people. When he was like 9K, now he's 41. Jeez.
Lost all of his set pieces and stopped scoring.
Lost all of his form of any sort. Keep on going. Iwobi's always someone you can play.
Him and Lakanga.
Yeah, I always play Lakanga, but I don't know. He's just so bad.
I always play Allen.
I'll play Allen. You know what? If like you have 3,200 for your last guy, I'll play Allen.
Yeah.
Not flashy or anything, but he gets you 6.9. You're dancing. It's the type of guys sometimes you have to consider.
Not going to get you a takedown or anything, but last put in for cash, sure.
I think the big piece of news, not that City need any more help, but Basuma suspended due to yellow card accumulation. That's a big part of Brighton's midfield.
Yeah, we saw how Mwepu was lucky to stay on the field last game.
Right. He is good at Mwepu, but he's not Basuma, right? So we'll see how that goes. Defender. These are full of guys that I just tilt on a weekly basis all together, right? Cancelo, number 1.
I like him. I don't normally like Cancelo, but he's been hot, and there's no Liverpool.
He's been hot, but like his points aren't like real points, if you know what I mean.
But he's essentially an attacker piece for them in a defender spot. Like, he's a ceiling play, essentially, and like they're playing Brighton at home. Like, there's a high chance that he hits that ceiling. I'm
sure he'll get on. I'll say this. I'll play. If you were to tell me I have 6,700 for Bernardo, Grealish, or Cancelo, I'm taking Cancelo over all of them.
I'm probably playing them all and picking as much city as I can. It's very doable now with how cheap they are. You usually have to pick and choose what city pieces you can go with. Like, the prices like this, you can probably fit like all of the attackers and Cancelo if it's the projected lineup.
Yeah. James. Ugh, this guy. I don't know.
I don't think I'm gonna go down that route this time. I'd rather go Alonso or Cancelo or
Yeah.
Target.
Alonso is interesting. Target's been our guy. You know, he's
does
not
fine.
flashy or anything, but you know what you're getting out of him. You're hoping they concede early, and then
Yeah.
he just bombs forward.
Or they just don't score till late.
Yeah. Cedric, Why is Mikalenko 5,100? He's bad. Really bad. No thanks. Keep going down here. I'm looking for one guy. We know the guy who, if he is playing left back, like it says he is, he's a lock. But keep going down here, and it is Baron Kraft, I guess. Klein, I guess. Diaz should probably play, but Ake probably you're locking him in cash. GPP you can always go otherwise, but Ake, you're taking your 8 from your clean sheet and your tackles and your accurate passes and calling it a day from him at 3,100 because he's not going to cross, he's not going to shoot.
But he'll be high enough up. But he'll be high enough up the field where he'll just get a random pass to Bruyne that makes you run and scores. He'll pick up an assist.
You're hoping for 107 accurate passes. Like literally, this game that he did versus Burnley, this is what you want: 107 passes, 2 fouls drawn, 2 fouls conceded, tackle, interception, clean sheet. Call it a day.
Yep.
I mean, a defender is bad, right? Other than
there's the top
the studs. There's the
there's
studs.
No mid-level.
There's the studs, and then there's Ake, and there's really no in between. Like you're not playing 40,
Chelsea CD punt. You can go.
Yeah, you're not playing Fabian Schär for 4,300. Like that's just stupid. Justin, you could make an argument for at 44.
He's probably the closest one you'll find a mid-level
but
play.
Then again,
even
he's not a guy who
expensive.
Yeah, like Justin's not a guy who crosses. He just gets tackles and fouls drawn. Same with Mitchell. These are guys I don't want to pay a premium for, right? It's it's a tough slate in terms of defender, but Ake's definitely a lock if he's starting, even at center back. If he's starting there, he's too cheap. Just
whoever the cheapest Man City center back or few Man City defenders always you just plug them usually.
Yeah, goalkeeper, our favorite. In Premier League, I've been getting goalie right, and everything else I haven't been. But
luckily, this is Premier League.
If you can afford Ederson, you're playing Ederson. You're not.
I think you almost have to go Ederson just because of how tight all those other games are in terms of odds. Like usually, it's at least like a less favorited goalkeeper who's like a lot more of a discount. For all of these games, like they could go either way, and you're not like it's either the goalkeeper's getting the win or ending a negative.
Yeah, because Ederson. The problem is with Ederson, he's ending up on 10, right? If they win,
yes,
sure you take it for 5,900, but is it worth trying to get a 10 from per se? Not Sanchez, but Ramsdale or something, or I just in terms of Sanchez, more often than not, playing a goalie versus City never works. Most of their shots.
I think he's got a history of being really bad against City too. I think.
Well, the thing is that Man City, most of their shots that are on target are goals. They're not like Chelsea per se, who all their shots are just peppering the goalie. Yeah. Like if you play goalies versus City, they're not getting more than a 2 or a 4, ever. Really, we saw it once. I think it was Pickford, and that was it. Other than that. I'm not playing Sanchez. I know I sometimes go bottom of the barrel, but not playing him here. Mendy's in play because Arsenal can't score and they don't have a striker.
Yeah, I don't know.
He probably has the most upside, but he's not safe.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, Ederson's so safe. Like, I always tend to just lean to safe. I'll go for the clean sheet win, like, because it's so likely to happen. I get scared going anything below that. Even punting, I am always hesitant to do. And there's always things they have a negative.
Yeah, Pickford, like I'm never.
I don't mind Dubravka. I don't think is terrible.
Yeah, I don't. He looked bad last game though. I must say he was really shaky. I know he had 7 because they won, but at the beginning of the game he was looking really shaky. But I'm sure they'll figure that out. keep on going down here. Schmeichel, he's just a guy I cross off. Guaita,
He
maybe.
makes saves, Schmeichel. I say what you will about him. He still does fine usually. Yeah, see.
Mm,
I think he's the closest to a safe pay down you can probably go.
yeah. And Leicester better than Everton. So, you know what? The more I think about it, Ederson and then Schmeichel for goalie. I don't like Schmeichel, but Everton are just so bad that, you know.
Yeah, Everton aren't going to blow him out.
Yeah. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Got a lot of soccer coming up. Interesting week of sports. MLB, we're going to keep on grinding. Hopefully you guys enjoy Premier League this weekend. Hopefully you guys keep on crushing like we are, and we'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.